Hello and good morning, Sir Will. I'm Hayden, your first anchor for today.
And I'm Laurier, your second anchor for today. Let's head on to the morning announcements for today.
Today, the varsity girls rugby team is playing against the Longfields Davidson at 4 p.m. at Ken Ross Park. Bree is very excited. Good luck, girls, in your game today.
Book club will be kicking off with a childhood favorite. Anyone remember watching Netflix episodes of the series of unfortunate events?
I do.
Well, book club will be reading the first book Tuesday during lunch in the library seminar room. New members are always welcome.
B365 is holding a bake sale and scavenger hunt after school on June 9th. Registration is open now for the scavenger hunt. You can go to the rotunda at lunch to sign up or for more information. There will be prizes and other games during the event.
The Sir Will track and field team had another great season with many new athletes joining us. There were a whopping 20 athletes who qualified for the city finals at Terry Fox Athletic Facility on May 14th, and they competed in over 12 different track and field events, with many setting personal bests in their retrospective disciplines.
A special congrats goes out to Micaiah Dice and Madison Forbes from their city finals. Micaiah and Madison went on to represent Sir Will at the Eastern Ontario Regionals this past week in Brockville, Ontario at the Thousand Isles Secondary School Athletic Facility. Madison represented Sir Will at the junior girls high jump and set a new personal record, while Micaiah qualified for not only the 200-meter novice boys sprint race, but also the 100-meter sprint race, again setting personal bests in both races. These are amazing accomplishments, and we're very proud of both of them. Thank you to all the coaches, athletes, and volunteers for another season of track and field success.
In more sporty news, the varsity boys baseball team finished up their season last Thursday with a perfect 6-0 record, securing home field advantage for the playoffs.
The boys will be back in action today for their playoff game versus 4th overall in the West Division, Pierre Savard at Trillium Park.
I'm sure you've heard the mall rumors about changes to broadcasting. Well, we're here to put the rumors to rest.
They're true. Here's a clip about it.
Man, I really wish I could join broadcasting. But I can't. I take the bus in the morning.
Who are you?
I am your broadcasting fairy godmother.
What? Where are we?
We're in the broadcasting studio, of course. Now sit down. And let me tell you a story.
Once upon a time, the broadcasting class had a problem. Students were leaving because of the early start time. So, they had two choices. Either they could have a teacher read off the announcements, or they could move the class to be part of the normal schedule. Obviously, they chose the student-led one, and by moving it, it opened more opportunities. The course itself was split into two, one for the actual broadcast, and one to create content for them to broadcast.
And they learned happily ever after.
What does that have to do with me, though?
It means that the course is changing and that you too can join next year.
Now on to the weather with Hayden.
What's up, Lancers? The sky. I bet you didn't hear that one before. Just like how you've never heard of me, Hayden, your weather bloke for today. On the subject of weather, let's get straight into it. Right now, it's at 13 degrees, but fret not, because it's going up to an icky 25 degrees later in the afternoon. Partly cloudy conditions will be occurring all throughout the day, because why not? Tomorrow morning, it's going to be 16 degrees, and with sun, that's going to be fun. Later in the afternoon, it's going up to a pretty familiar 27 degrees with some parted clouds. Once more. And now it's time for our lovely photo of the day. This photo is a statue of Medusa in one of the water wells in Turkey that is used to supply water to the city. In the photo, it's being lit by the curators of the museum in order to, they're over there, in order to cast a nice shadow, which is over here. If you got a photo to share, I think you do, you can send it to us at LaurierLive@googlegroups.com. That would be pretty awesome sauce. That's all for me. Now for an announcement from Miss You.
Good morning, Lancers. This week we have two staff picks. The first coming from Madame Para. She is recommending an East Coast classic, Anne of Green Gables. She loves everything about this series. She loves the protagonist, her evolution, the author's writing, and the overall messaging. It's whimsical, poetic, and if you love a coming-of-age story set in PEI, this book is for you. The second pick comes from Dan the Man, Mr. De La Fuente, who is recommending another Canadian classic, The Best Laid Plans. It's hilarious with a sentimental side. It's even set in Ottawa, and it's about a burnt-out political aide who quits just before an election but is forced to run this hopeless campaign on the way out. So if you like politics and humor, this book is for you. Thanks so much. Now, back to the desk.
Thank you, Miss Yu, for the announcement, and thank you, me, for the weather.
Brian Junjin is a half Danza, half Swiss-born Canadian born in British Columbia, just north of St. John. Junjin moved to Vancouver in 1988, where he attended Emily Carr University of Art and Design. He graduated from there in 1992 with a Diploma of Visual Arts, and 6 years later, in 1998, he continued his education with a self-directed residency in the Banff Centre for the Arts in Alberta. This is where he began experimenting with his first artistic prototypes and began receiving attention for his art.
Jungen is best known for the prototypes, masks made from Nike shoes to create replicas of Northwest Coast indigenous masks. These masks were made with deconstructed Nike shoes, despite the value of the shoes that are resold and hold a pop culture significance. Despite the ties to the original cultural masks he made a point to keep the evidence of mass production visible to make viewers reflect on the pop cultural value and the conventional representation of indigenous culture.
That's all we have for you today, Sir Will, so if you'd like to see your stories, photos, or even videos here, send them into LaurierLive at googlegroups.com, on Instagram at LaurierLive, or you can watch our past shows on YouTube at LaurierLive. Bye!